Hello everyone, so going back into our shooter series. Now we've done some interaction for doors and some sequencer events, but there's some more we need to do for our shooting, so we need to actually set up some limitations as far as an ammo count, get that on screen displayed to the player, and updating it appropriately. Shoot you in the kneecap. Then we're going to work on some reloading, and we're going to set it all up to make sure that each weapon type, or that has different ammo, we'll have a brutal. It'll have its own ammo count and update appropriately as well. So let's jump in to our project. Where did it go? I had you pulled up like that for a reason. Alright, so to do this, we are going to go into our player blueprint. Now, we are going to be setting up a couple variables in here to handle our current ammo counts and our reserve ammo counts. So anything that's in our backpack or pouch or whatever. So we're going to add two variables. This one will be current ammo. This is going to be of the ammo enumerator type, but it's also going to be a map. So over in the details panel, if we select map, then we can select a secondary variable type, and we want an integer for this one. So this way we can list the ammo and how many of it we have. So we'll compile that. And down here you'll see we have a current ammo 0 map elements. We can add an element like this, but if you try to add as many ammo types as you got, you're going to get this little error. Cannot add a new key to the map while a key with the same value exists. So it can only have one of this variable. So we're going to kind of do this in a ascending order. So we'll do grenades, then we'll set it to shells, then that, and then our last one can just remain. This will actually come in handy later on when we're updating these values, because then we can just, you can't do the set array element like you do with typical arrays. You got to do it a little bit different, but this will work out for us fine. So for grenades, the current ammo will be 2, shotgun shells 4. This is the rifle ammo. I'll just put it at 24, and the 9mm 7. So this is what's going to be in the magazine or clip, whatever you want to call it. That's the same thing. So we can go over here, and instead of adding a new variable, we will just duplicate that one so that it's all laid out in the same way. This will be our reserve ammo. Now when we compile that, we'll still have all 4 of these in the same order, and we can adjust these to be how many we want in our backpack. So let's say I've got 8 grenades and 16 shotgun shells, 240 rifle ammo, and 70 pistol ammo. Now we can compile that, and the way we'll restrict our shooting, here it is every time we fire, we want to see if our character has ammo to fire. So we're going to set up a new function, and this is going to be check has ammo. And what we're going to do is we're going to get our weapon, because if we're trying to fire something, our weapon will be in the world. Just to be a safeguard, we are going to convert that to a validated get. Figure always safe. Safe is always better. So from that weapon reference, we can get the weapon info. Then we'll break it open to see what kind of ammo type it has. This is the one we'll need for now. So then we can drag out our current ammo map. Now maps are pretty interesting. So the way you get the stuff out of it is it has 2 variable types. There's the keys, which is the first variable in it. This is our ammo type enumerators and the array of each element put into it. And then we have the values, which is the secondary variable type and is our integer. How many? So I'm just gonna do a little rearranging real quick. So whatever lines up in this, like whatever index we get from this, will also line up with this. So we can use this ammo type enumerator. We're going to drag off and do find item. The item we want to find is this ammo type. And we'll go ahead and hide unconnected pins. And then we can get a copy of the value at that same index, because when we find the item, it returns the index that it was found at. So if we get the index from this secondary array, it'll line up with the number. So like here's 0, 1, 2, 3, two separate arrays that'll line up. We can get the value at that index and see if it's greater than 0. Because, you know, we want to be firing, we don't need that. We only want to fire our gun if we've got ammo. You could, like if you had a shotgun that shoots 3 shells at once, you could add into your weapon info a consumption rate and then just make sure that it's greater than that consumption rate and then subtract later on. This is going to do what we need to do for now. So let's add a return. I did it the same way twice. Add a return node. We'll hook that to here. And then just drag this red right to there. And this will be B has ammo. And now this will check whatever gun we're holding, it'll check to see if it has ammo currently. So right here, if we are armed and can fire, we want to see if we have ammo. So we'll drag our check has ammo. Drag this back a little bit further, and then we'll add a branch. So if we do have ammo, carry on to what we're doing over here. Ooh, let me readjust a little bit. Now from our continue firing, we could, well, let's just do it this way. Let's take this fire held and bring it back. We'll put this right here. So we'll say fire is held when you push the button. Whether it does anything or not depends on how, if you have ammo. So now we can disconnect this continue firing and plug it right here, and then every time it loops back through, it'll do its check again. Now if it does not have ammo, we're going to trigger a reload function, but we're going to do that in just a minute. For right now, we need to actually expend the ammo we are consuming when we fire. So we will do another function. So this will be expend ammo. And we're going to do kind of similar to the same thing over here. But instead of copying and pasting it, you can, and if you want to skip forward a little bit, I'm going to rebuild it so we can kind of go through the motions again. So we get our weapon reference, right click, we'll convert that to a validated get. We will drag out and get our weapon info. I'm going to go a little bit faster this time so it's not too boring for those of you who already got it. We will break that open. We're going to get our ammo type. We'll grab our current ammo and we'll get the keys and the values like that. Just kind of rearranging as we're going just to keep it neat. It's a lot easier to just keep it neat to start with than to try to go back and clean it up. Something my mom used to tell me when I was trying to clean my room, but I never listened. My mom watches my videos sometimes, so I'm just letting her know. I learned. Sorry. Anyway, we find the ammo type from our key. It'll bring us our index. We get a copy of the value at that index. And then we will subtract our ammo expense rate. For me, it is 1. If you have a value, plug it in here. Then we are going to get our current ammo again. You could drag off over here. We'll just drag off over here. We're going to do add, map, add. You don't want to do it from one of these because you can do an add and then it's an add array and it'll look like this. Or over here. We don't want to add to our lists. We want to add a new map element because maps can only have one of each key. So when we update a value, we can reload the key and it'll overwrite with the new value. So if we plug this here, we will add our ammo type in, drag this into place, clean it up a little bit. Also, the cleaning room thing, attempt at humor, just malfunctioned. So we add the map element back into our current ammo, and it will overwrite with this new lesser ammo. Regardless of what weapon we are currently using. We'll get rid of all those unconnected pins. And presto. So we can test this. So we'll do a print string right at the end of our expend ammo and plug in our value here. Now back over in our event graph, right after we fire, we can box select all this, slide it back a smidgen, just enough to drop in our expend ammo function. Now every time we fire, regardless of what we fire, it should print out a number. So we got a grenade launcher. Why do I have a grenade launcher? I got 1 left. I got 0 left. I cannot shoot. I do this. It stops firing. I can't shoot anymore. Pistol? Do I have any other weapons? No, I don't. So it's working appropriately. So that is good. Let's save. Now we need a way to actually display all this information to our player. Oh, actually, you know what? Before we do that, we'll do the reload functionality. So we can do that very similar to the way we do all this. We'll just set up a new function, and this will be reload ammo. We will set up a function on the other side out here because we don't want it to just snap fill all the ammo in our weapon. We would want him to do a little animation and then it registers the load. But for right now, we're just going to hardwire it in just to make sure all that is working. Function and then prettify. So when we reload ammo, we are going to get our weapon reference, get the weapon info, break that open to get our ammo type, grab our reserve ammo, get the keys and values of it, so last time we used the current, this time we're using the reserve because we need to see if we actually have any ammo before we try to do anything. So we're going to find our ammo type, we will get a copy of the array item at that index and see if it is greater than 0. Because if it's not, that means we have no ammo to try to reload with. So if it is greater than 0, then we want to get our current ammo and get the values We don't need the keys per se, because when we set up the current and reserve, we duplicated them so that they are in the same order. If you have a different order, you may need to do the find and get the keys again. But if they're in the same order, we can use this find index right here and it'll be fine. So I'm going to move this up so I can drag this over. So if it's greater than 0, we'll get our value. We're going to do a get a copy of this same integer. If you want to promote it to a local variable, I wouldn't blame you. I'm just going to drag it across like this. And we are going to get our weapon reference one more time. Not break it. We need to get the weapon info. I'm not going to bother doing a converted value to get here because we did one here. So once it gets to this point, it will already know, yeah, it exists. We'll break that open because we need our max clip. So this is our current, this is our maximum. We want to subtract from our maximum our current amount, because the max will always, these can only match, or this one will be higher. This one will never be higher, so we want to take it, we don't want it to get into the negatives. If we try to subtract, if we take 5 and then subtract 30 from it, then we'll get like negative 25 or something. It'll throw off the calculation. So we take our biggest number and subtract our current number, because even if they're even, it'll just come out to 0. Promote this to a local variable called ammo difference, and we'll right there. Then we will grab out our ammo reserve one more time, get the values, plug this here, drop here, hide unconnected, and we will get a copy of that same index. This is why I said I wouldn't blame you if you wanted to go ahead and just promote it, but this will work. So we're going to see if it is greater than our ammo difference. We'll add a branch, and if the if our reserve is greater than our ammo difference, that means we have plenty of ammo to spare. We can go ahead and set our current ammo value to our max clip. So we'll grab our current ammo one more time, get the value, no. Here's where we add. Right, alright, so here we're going to, if it's greater than, then we do true, and we will set our current ammo to be our ammo type. So we'll plug that in like so. And then we can also get our max clip and just plug that in there. So then we will take our reserve ammo, our value over here, and we're going to subtract that ammo difference from it. And then from our reserve ammo, we'll add our map element back into it of our same ammo type with the new value from our ammo difference. So this is if we got plenty. Let's double check and make sure this is working. And I'm just going to print out two things that will be append, and we'll take in our maximum clip. I'll add a space, that space, and then our new reserve ammo amount. These are fairly complicated. I found there used to be a website where you could upload the blueprint graphs and people could just look at it and scroll through it. I'll see if that's still a thing, and if it is, then I'll I'll post these there. So now, if we continue firing, check has ammo. If we don't, we'll just call our reload. Or we'll just add a keyboard event real quick. I'm using 1 because it's the easiest to get to. We'll put it onto R, and then this way we can just go ahead and... Oh, it connected. Alright. So, bam, bam, bam. Alright, it's at 21, so I hit R. I hit R. And it did nothing. Why you no do nothing? Let's see. Let's see what I did wrong. Is valid, yes. Should be valid. Reserve ammo. Reserve ammo is plenty. So we're getting the value and seeing if it's greater than 0. This is... it should be greater than 0. If true, we'll add a print string right through here just to see if it's making it this far. Check 1. Check 1, check 1, check 1. 0, 242. So it's making it here every time. It's seeing if the ammo difference is greater. Maybe we should see. Oh, it must be going off the false. Let's maybe rearrange these and see if that's the problem. Sometimes I get these backwards. So we draw our weapon. Check 1. Went to -8. But it did jump up. It went from 24 to 32, so I'm just getting something confused over here. I'm taking the reserve ammo. Oh, because I'm getting the wrong index. I'm hooking because I'm dumb. You want to hook the find, not the get. You don't want to string the gets together. You want to string the find to each get. And then, yeah, so that should be fine now. It's always something simple. Check 1, check 1. Still no, I guess not. Well, maybe it's because this actually was okay. There we go. And if I run all the way through, stops firing, but it reloads. Alright. Same thing with the pistol. Alright, little snafu aside, we got it figured out. But now what if our ammo difference is greater than this? Then we have not enough to actually refill our clip. So we will get our current. Actually, we'll do this. We'll go add element right here. I gotta get y'all a bigger bed. Hook our false line to it. And this is spaghettified. Let's get rid of this and that. Now that we know that's fine. And that one as well. So we'll drag this up. And we'll plug in our ammo type here. Then we need to get our current ammo over here and do a plus, because we're going to add the ammo difference. And set that to our element. And then at the end we are going to add to our reserve ammo. This is if we didn't have enough, so basically it's at 0. We can just leave it at 0 and plug in. Let's reroute this like so. There. Now let's do a little bit of cleanup. Just there. We'll spread things out a little bit so it's easier to read. It's okay if it takes up a little bit more space, as long as it maintains its legibility at a distance. So we'll do this here, drag this over, can plug that here, get rid of you. And then bam. Let's just box all that and line it up. This is the same one, so that can go there. Just clean things up a little bit. I know this is the boring part, but it's important. We want our Unreal Engine to be on a no carb thing, you know, not too much pasta going on. Stop doing that. I don't know why it's doing that. My computer's weird. So we'll just go ahead and drop this about here. And we can add one more. Just bring it over. It's almost legible. We can drag this here and just refactor it a little bit. Not refactor, but redo, I guess. I don't know. So let's go to a weapon that we did not have very many ammo pieces on, which is the grenade launcher. Fire, yeah. Fire, yeah. And not do its thing. Should be reloading. Should have enough. The current ammo, the reserve ammo had 8. What is the grenade launcher's max? That's a grenade. Oh, max clip is 0. Okay, we'll set this to be 6. Bump up, bump bam. That's at 5, 4, 3, 2. Now reload again. Should be at 5, 4. Reload again. Does not reload because I have none left. Alright. Alright, so our ammo counts are working, and our reload function is working so far, it seems. Once we get the UI on screen, we'll really be able to tell, but for this one, that's going to wrap it up. I will double check and see if those sites are available, and if it is, I'll put a link in the description to these two, the reload function, the expend ammo, and the check ammo. Why not? I'll just put all 3 on there if the website's there. So I will see y'all in the next one where we start working on UI elements to display it. See y'all then.